Happy September. Today's September 2nd, 2018. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Has it been 3 weeks since we podcast last?
I think August 5th was the last podcast.
Oh my gosh, almost a month again.
And there has been great suffering for the end of August in both of our lives.
Oh, I know.
And you what we've been through this last week, I'm not sure if there's any words, but you know me, I'll find some words.
I know you will.
So my daughter's now in middle school, so and she's and in the South, you have a class called horticulture. No, wait a minute, time out. It's agriculture education. That's what you have in the South. Never heard of such a thing, but that's what they have here. We had home ec up north. We learned to sew, right? So
and cook. Remember, we had cooking?
Yes, and we had shop. Girls were allowed to use the sharp utensils in the shop class. And remember, I made Mom a thimble holder with all the little boxes that you put on the wall with all her thimble. What happened to that? I don't know.
You know what I made, Mom?
What'd you make her?
I made her a step stool, and wouldn't you know, she still has that step stool and uses it all the time.
You're kidding.
No, it was about 12, 15 inches tall, and it had really sturdy sides and a
I'm
nice...
insanely jealous because I'm sure she threw my thimble holder out. Thimble collector holder thing that you have to dust.
But she didn't really collect thimbles. She had maybe a couple that she used all the time.
See? There was probably why it never ended up on the wall. Anyway, okay, so back to ag ed. Let's stay classroom. Stay attentive.
Focus.
So on this piece of paper, and I learned this 20 years ago when a child says we need to make a volcano, and we go to all the lengths of making a volcano. And I'm thinking, when are you going to take your volcano in? And Jared says, I don't think we have to. Oh my God. They were talking about volcanoes. We didn't have to make a volcano. So I've learned years ago to wait until the piece of paper with instructions that comes home to the parents, which that time it didn't. So it says horticulture project. You can pick from 6, 7, 8 different things. You can go to a chicken house. You can make a water feature in your backyard. You can help out in a nursery with plants, blah, blah, blah. I said, Liz, perfect timing of the year. I've got an iris bed out front. We need to separate the iris. I'll take some pictures. She can replant the iris. So I was out there sort of just pulling some of the weeds because who wants to take a before picture with all these weeds, right? So I did all that. And then Sky went out and she separated a couple and it was kind of hot. And she's like, okay, I'm done. I said, all right, well, we still have more to do. A few days later, I start coming up with poison ivy. And I'm not going to say the worst case of poison ivy because the worst case of poison ivy was when I rubbed it between my fingers to get out of piano lesson. Remember when I did that?
I remember when you had it, but I didn't know that you did that on purpose, Amy.
Mom and Dad might not know until now. I pulled a Wendy, except I was smarter. I didn't put it on my face. Somebody replied to one of my posts about the poison ivy. You should have had Debbie there saying, don't touch those leaves.
I know.
So let me tell you what has saved my life.
I have never heard of that stuff, Amy.
Neither me. They have a spray, they have a lotion, and the only thing that I found in the little drugstore, it's like a gel, and it's got a little bit of sand, scrubby to it, exfoliating stuff. Is a must. I'm telling you what.
How many days did you suffer before you found that stuff?
About 4 or 5. I just started using it on Wednesday, and it's almost all dark. And I mean, you can see on my wrist here, it's all dark and scaly. I have it between these 2 fingers, so I can't wear my ring. And then I have it down yonder on my inner thighs. Like, what was I scratching down there for? To begin with, to get it there. But we got back from the lake yesterday because I think we found our lake lot.
Really?
Yes, I love it. Anyway, we had walked through. Now, this was really smart of us, wasn't it? We walked through about waist high grass down to the water. When we could have gone through the neighbor's yard because they were all hanging out in the water at the dock that goes with this property. These
They don't have
guys,
their own dock?
they have their own dock, but this dock is cooler. It
Oh.
really is. Big butt dock. So we're like, sorry to intrude. They're like, no, man, what's up? And he said, well, we're looking, this property is for sale. Yeah. And they said, and I said, isn't there a dock associated? They said, yeah, it's this one. We're just hanging out. Okay. So then we got smart and walked up the side of their property, which they're right next door. So I got home and I scrubbed my entire body with this because it gets all the oils and things off. So tell me about your long suffering, which will be longer suffering than my suffering.
Well, my real suffering was about, I don't know, maybe 6 to 8 hours where it hurt really bad. But,
Yeah.
every time, every year, well, not every year, but last year this happened. This year it happened where I got this vertigo. Remember when I went to the doctor and I tried to figure out what it was? It turns out it's just allergies. My ears get kind of plugged up. So I was, working in the garden. I was kind of, I don't know, digging it back there in the rose bushes.
Stay out of gardens. Bad things happen.
That's the lesson.
Grow over your house. I don't care what the HOA says. Do not get out there. Bad things happen.
So literally I was just like crouched on the little half wall we have back there. And I happened to turn my head like this to, I don't know, look at something. And then I was like, whoa. And I leaned forward. I fell forward. And there's like a wrought iron fence on the back side of the flower bed. And I had gardening gloves on, and I just happened to hit.
Gloves on?
I did. I just happened to hit that post right like that with all my weight, and it popped off my fingernail. It took off the acrylic nail and my nail underneath it. I lost about 2/3 of my nail. It's a lot better now. I don't know if you can.
Did you think you broke your finger?
No, I could tell it was just the nail. It hurt immediately, and I didn't take my gloves off right away to look at it. I just like took a couple deep breaths, and then I was like, yeah, okay, I think I thought I just lost my acrylic nail, right? And I was just like, okay, I'm just going to keep watering. I was watering the yard, and then I was like, okay, this thing is throbbing so bad. I'm sure my whole glove is filled with blood. I took it off. It was all bloody, and I shook out the nail. It was gross.
Did you save it?
No, I didn't save it. I threw it away. But I took a picture and put it on Instagram. Thank you, everybody, for your sweet comments. Yeah, it was pretty gnarly. It was pretty bad. I took ibuprofen right away, and I put ice on it, and it just felt like it was this big. Oh, boom, boom,
yes.
Boom. It was terrible.
Remember when Wendy almost cut the tip of her thumb off? Do you remember that?
No.
She was cutting carrots. You hold it and you're cutting down. She cut down. Because Mama's a retired anesthetist. We have we had never had a Band-Aid in the house. No Neosporin. There was 2 things that you could cure, all remedies for everything. You either rub it or you
I don't know.
Gargle salt water.
Oh, gargle salt water. Right.
If you're sick, you gargle salt water. If an injury, you rub it. You're spurting blood from an artery. Just rub it. It'll feel better. So when Wendy did that, of course, there's blood everywhere. And I don't know if this is true or not. And I've repeated this to other people, but I think it's a bunch of hogwash. What Mom told us about that. If you cut past the center of your fingerprint, then you need stitches. But if you don't, then you don't. I think that was just her way of saying, don't have time to take you down to the emergency room. I was just on call last night. I need to go to bed. Now wrap it up. But I'm telling you what, and we never got medical attention for that either.
Well, I think, it
was so horrible. You can imagine the pain. If anybody smashed their finger Debbie, it must have been horrible. Did you hold your arm up in the air? How did you knit?
I didn't knit for the rest of that day, or, and all I had were those sock monkey bandages. I don't know why I didn't find any other bandages, but they actually were the best thing because he has this little head, and then he has ears, and then he's got arms and legs.
Oh, those are all sticky part of it. Oh,
Yes. So I stuck him on the top, his little legs folded under and wrapped around, then his arms wrapped around, then his ears wrapped around. It was perfect. So I've been wearing that the last week, but I I think I'm gonna my thumbnail just busted off this morning. I think I'm just gonna let all my acrylic nails come off. Let my nails breathe. Mom was telling me about this polish that she has that makes her
yeah,
nails really strong.
I'm gonna do the same thing. I think I'm gonna just have them file down once there. I
Yeah.
mean, mine almost grown out underneath anyway, and just let it breathe.
Take a break. Yeah. You
Yeah,
need to take a break every now and then from that stuff and just let your nails come back. And if this nail polish works really well, I might just use that.
yeah.
So that was my drama for the week.
So it's I swear, this is what happens at the end of your 40s, approaching 50. I can't imagine as you're approaching 70 what kinds of things. You just don't fall in the flower bed and break your nail. You break a hip, you
Yeah,
know?
I know. We got to be careful as we get older.
Careful. So, okay. So, have you finished anything?
I have. I
What have you
have
finished?
3 finished objects.
I have two finished objects, and none of any of them are socks. I
You
think
lost
somebody
your sock mojo.
I think somebody flushed it down the toilet. I have no interest at all. None. And I have that much left to finish my cruise socks, my pair of cruise socks. I
It'll come back. It'll come back. It always does. So,
so
do
go
you want to
ahead.
show something first or you want me to?
You can. If
Okay,
you have
so last time y'all saw one of these, and now I have 2 of these.
so pretty.
So these are my Laguna socks. And it's funny, Melissa, Nitty by
One behind.
Nature, yes, and that's my second finished object.
Wow.
I
My
th-
favorite. I think those are the most favorite socks you've ever knit, Debbie, of mine.
really?
Yes. Not of
So
mine. Not mine. It's Debbie's design, but I think of all the socks she's ever knit, I think those are my most favorite.
so Nitty by Nature, Melissa said, I want to make those. And there's several girls in my knit group that want to make them. Let's do a knit along. So she's hosting a knit along on Instagram using Laguna Socks Cal hashtag. And she's going to draw from the hashtag. I put up a thread in our group. If you want to pop in there, no finished objects needed. Just chatter, show your yarn.
And that's in Periscoping
That's
Sisters on.
in on Ravelry, right? Periscoping Sister. So we're going to do that knit along. I think just for the month of September, just a quick one. And yeah, they're really fun in it because she's never done. She's just started knitting socks,
Right.
and
I think
she's
she stole
never.
my mojo.
Oh, maybe she did. She's never done color work socks. I
Right.
don't know if she's done color work in other things.
I don't think she has either.
Oh, so
Wrong about
this
that.
is a very easy first color work because these are just stripes, so those aren't really considered color work. And you only have about 12 rows, 12 rounds of color work, and then you're done. And then it's just, regular sock.
And if
So,
you pull them up over your heel, your color work was too tight and you have to rip back. But it's
right.
not hard to rip back. I mean, it goes quick, right?
Yeah, it goes quick. And the trick on that is when you get to the color work section, you go up a needle size. And you just
Uh,
concentrate on, not pulling your yarn too tight, having medium tension on your yarn. And it's just 2 color, so it's not complicated with 3 different colors at a time. And it's fun. So those are my two of my finished objects. Why don't you show one of yours?
and after we show our finished objects, we'll talk admin stuff.
Yes. We've got
Okay,
some
so
giveaways.
since I finished my Princess Fiona, which I'm still cooling off from working out this morning, so I'll put that on in a minute.
Okay?
But I pulled out the design that I started when I was in Cumbria,
Yes.
first trip,
I'm
and
looking for a
I
Kleenex.
wanted
One of
a
those is
I
ready.
wanted a bare color worsted weight snuggly the neck thingy. I almost said the word. I caught myself.
It's
And
not a sin to say the word shawl.
it is in I have a Bible, and it says naughty words. The first one in there is that word.
Okay.
Just saying. Okay. So here is what I'm calling Melmer B is was the name of the house, right? I
I
guess you
think
call it
so.
house or manor that the Curious Handmaid, Helen Stewart's Curious Handmaid retreat was at. And so I thought I'd name this Melmer B.
Oh, Amy, look at that seed stitch. Oh, it's so
Or,
pretty. Oh, oh my goodness. That lace on the end really blocked out.
yes.
Oh, it's
So
so
this
pretty.
is bare worsted, and then I held mohair and one of the beekeeper families from Dag. I don't know if it was beekeeper. It may have been
I think it looks like the original beekeeper.
okay. Maybe that's the original beekeeper. So I don't even know if you wrap it and wear it like this, if you can even see the motif of the leaves. You probably can't, but
Well, if you decide to publish it, you can always add another row of the leaves in there, right? Down more towards the center.
yeah, I could do one along the spine.
Yeah.
But I took some pictures of it just blocking, but I haven't taken any pictures outside. And it goes past my wingspan.
Oh, that's pretty, Aim.
And it's very cuddly.
It looks like it's very cozy.
It's almost like a two-person cuddle neck thingy.
It could be a lap blanket, so big.
It almost could, yes. And that mohair, the mohair, if you've not ever done, I mean, I know that's a big thing right now, but if you've not ever held mohair with fingering to create anything, it is so, it makes it so warm, almost
Yeah.
like an alpaca blend of something.
Right, right.
Yeah. So that's done, and Dad was like, "I want to knit that." And of course, when we were traveling, I didn't have my design notebook with me. I just had a couple sheets ripped off. Hold on.
All over the place, Amy.
Sorry. Okay, so that's what it looks like. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna. And then on the back, it's just. She'll nag me to death until I do something with it. So I know Dag, she's like that.
Did you watch her latest episode? She just put one up the
No.
other day.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah. I think it just came on last night. And she has at the end, she has pictures of her trip to Alaska and some videos and stuff.
Oh,
Beautiful.
it's really pretty.
She knits so her projects in this episode are so beautiful. Oh my gosh. I can't wait to go to the retreat.
Yeah. And see.
We'll have to talk about that. I swatched. Did you swatch?
No, I didn't, but we're still talking about FOs, remember?
Okay, sorry. Sorry.
Stay on
Focus.
track, students.
Focus, focus, students.
Okay, so while you're talking about your next FO, I'm putting on for Princess Fiona.
Okay, so this is my next FO. I posted it all over Instagram the last couple days. There's a lady on Instagram that's doing a WHIP accountability knit along and WHIP Wipeout 2018. Those are the two hashtags on Instagram.
I didn't see that, but it's funny. It's cute.
She's the one that does the weaving and has the bags. She makes her bags out of the woven material.
Is it Annette?
No, it's not Annette. It's
Annette.
It's not Annette. I'm gonna look for her right now. Her Instagram is HELLSKITSCH. She makes bags under the name Mary Buttons.
Oh, that's cute.
And look at this. I don't know if you follow her.
Oh, yes, I do follow her.
Yes.
But Nanette also does that.
Her bags are different. She does more like sideways stuff, but
I'm going to have a bag to show you because she sent me, so sweet, she sent me a hand-woven bag.
look at those.
Oh, so pretty. Oh, wow.
So she's doing a giveaway on Instagram through this WHIP thing. I mean, some of these bags, I just think they're gorgeous. Here, I'll show you another one. Look at that one.
Ooh. And her shop is what is it called again? Etsy?
Mary Buttons. I'm not sure if she's on Etsy or not.
Mary
I
Butt.
would need to look it up. But if you go to
Mary
her Instagram,
M-E-R
sorry,
or M-A-R-Y or M-E-R-R-Y?
Mary. Let me go to her homepage. Uh, Mary Edwards, Mary Clark Edwards is her name. And I think she has, I don't think she's on Instagram. I don't think she's on Etsy. She has her own website. If you look up Mary Buttons, I think you'll find her stuff. Love, love, love her style and her creativity and the colors that she picks. She uses a lot of Republic of Wool
Oh,
yarn to do her bags. I'm going to try and find one more that I just think is gorgeous. Where is it? Every single one of them, I just, beautiful. Look at her feed. You'll just, and they're just so pretty.
mm. It has a little button as a button pull.
Yeah, that one does. So anyway, she inspired me to get finished some of these things. So I finished those socks. I finished I have two more sock whips. I'm working on my light rain and I finished this.
So what did you end up doing? You ended up doing half a hexie for to fill in the sides.
Yes, I did half hexies down the edges.
And there's a wonky corner. I guess that's on each side,
On each
right?
side, yeah, it's kind of a rounded corner because I didn't want this to come down to a funky, really funky point on this edge. So I just left that edge undone. And the
Yeah.
other edge is, kind of squared off.
Yeah.
But I decided to go around the whole thing once with the double crochet of the light gray.
Yeah.
And then I did a very simple, I don't know what's better to see this against. A
Your glass.
very simple half double crochet, slip stitch, and then skip a stitch along the border and then half double crochet, slip stitch. And it made just a really simple,
It looks really nice. A nice border.
yeah. It just makes a nice little frame around it.
It's so pretty.
So I'm really, really happy with how it turned out.
So pretty,
I
Debbie.
blocked it. It blocked out quite a bit bigger than it was when I made it. I didn't
Wow.
super stretch it or anything, but um, yeah, I'm really happy with it.
I hope
So,
you get many, many days of spit up and baby poop on it.
well, luckily the person that it's going to is a crafter, knitter, crocheter, sewist, and so I know she will appreciate the handmade. She'll
But
know how much. What's that?
will she use it?
She better damn well use it, or I will be very sad. She should
She
know
can
that
use it.
that's my number one wish is that she
She can
uses it.
she can hang it over the crib edge. That's using it.
No, this is supposed to go in the stroller, in the little buggy, right?
Right.
Even if it's used as a shade.
Yes.
So I'm very happy with that.
Okay, so I finished my Princess Fiona, which I just put on.
Let's see it. Stand up. Why are you rolling your eyes?
No, I'm glad. No, it was
Oh.
just because I was hot this morning. Okay, so this is hippie yarn that I alternated skeins, and it's funny how it pulled like this, but in the back it did not.
That's so pretty.
And I decided to put the Wendy stripe right here, this blue stripe. And, well, it's been folded, so there's the lace.
Oh, Amy, it's so cool.
And I added on the same side, I added the lace. 1, 2, 3.5.
Amy, that's perfect. That's the perfect amount, and you spaced it out exactly right.
Yep, and it only had, just that distance between each side. So it really came out, and I used gray. Thank you, everybody. I listened to you, gray for the top, and that was really the right thing to do.
I like that neckline.
Yeah.
Oh, it's perfect aim. It's a perfect
Yep.
length too. It's not too long.
Yep. And it has a little bit of an A line,
Yes.
and I knit the cuffs, I don't know, almost 3 inches. So I'm really, really, and this is the gray is La Bien-Aimée.
Is that a 1x1 rib?
Yes, it's 1x1.
Did you have a lot of the gray left over?
I have almost a full skein.
That's so pretty.
Thank you. So I had it at the football game, and Jared and his girlfriend Brooke had come. He had come home from college just for the weekend and brought Brooke, and I had it in my lap. And last week we were, I needed Ronnie to go get the blanket because the humidity had gone down, and I was really cool. It was like 69 degrees, and there was no humidity. It was sort of like California.
Yeah.
I didn't know if I was going to run into the same situation, so I brought this anyway. Friday night, I didn't need it at all, and Jared said, "What do you have?" And so I opened up the sweater, and Brooke was like, "Wow." And Jared said, "I told you she's a famous knitter." I said, "I'm not a famous knitter, son. I just knit a lot." And I said, "This yarn came from Spain, and this yarn came from Paris." And she's looking at me like, "Whoa!" But it's true. This is sort of like an international yarn sweater. So
It's
so I'm really happy
beautiful.
with it. I start wearing it when it starts cooling off a little bit because it's the perfect. It's sport weight, and it's the perfect. And is it Amy Miller, isn't it? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Amy Miller is the designer. So it's, yeah, very proud. So that was my other major accomplishment since we podcast last.
That's great.
Okay, so we'll talk about, okay, before you want to do,
Well, wait a
you
minute.
have any?
Before we do that, I want to let you know it was funny because remember how last time I was debating what I should pair with this Malabrigo yarn for
Oh,
the Sipilla sweater.
yes.
I took both colors up to mom and dad's. And you want to
The
guess?
gold, we had the mustard, and we had the light blue variegated that I had said.
Right.
Mother loves mustard, so she probably said mustard all the way.
She said go with the gold because the pattern is, there's a lot of intricacy in the color work in that pattern. And she said she would be afraid that you would lose it
Yep.
in that speckled yarn because that other yarn has bits of the darker color in it and you probably would lose the pattern. So I'm not going to cast this on because I know we're knitting a sweater at the retreat, which is only a few weeks away. So I'm not going to be working on.
And we're going to, if people haven't heard.
Oh, I don't remember the official name. Um, Albuquerque, New Mexico knit something, New Mexico knitting or New Mexico. It's the one that Isabel Kramer is coming to.
Sit and
And
knit. I want to say it's something like that. Sit and knit or talk and knit. I don't know. Maybe I'm completely wrong.
oh, I don't remember that.
But it doesn't matter what you call it because it's already sold out. There's no more seats. So sorry, Charlie, but we are going.
I know. It's going to be a very small and intimate workshop and retreat with Isabel Kramer. And we're so excited to meet her. She's actually going to be hosted and staying with Dag, our good friend from Zeal Wools. And we are getting an Airbnb with a couple other ladies from out of town. So we've been,
Hey, Christy.
yeah, so we've been excited to meet some new friends and yeah, so just to get out of town, right? Get out of Dodge.
So we're going to be doing a little workshop about short rows, and those of us who have signed up for that class are being gifted the pattern of hers, her latest pattern, Amory.
It's not,
And
I don't think it's a new pattern.
it's not.
I don't think so. I think it's been out for a while.
Is it because it's at the very front of her patterns because of it starts with A?
I don't
I
know. Maybe it is new. I didn't think it was new, but maybe it is. I'll look it up. Go ahead, keep talking.
Anyway, it's a fingering weight sweater that has a band. It reminds me of my arrow sweater. It has a band of lace at the bottom. It's long sleeved, and they ask us to swatch
Mhm.
before we come to the retreat, and then we're going to learn about short rows.
And the actual workshop is doing a set-in sleeve. That's what the main workshop is about. That's all day
Oh,
Saturday. The short row workshop
oh, is
class is just Friday morning. But the retreat's called Knitting New Mexico,
Oh,
and let me find the sweater. It's Amory, Amory, right?
yep.
Amory. I'll bring up the Ravelry page real quick. So here's the sweater.
Yeah, you can see, you can sort of see the lace. Is there a closer up
Yeah,
picture of the?
there's 209 projects, which makes me think that it's been around
Oh,
a
okay.
while.
Okay.
Let me
Never mind.
see if
To
I
me.
can find.
It's a new to me pattern. So in my mind, it's a new pattern. So I live in my own reality. Can you tell?
That's what the bottom of the lace looks like.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a diamond, kind of similar to the one.
Sort of a little bit similar to the one from the Princess Fiona.
Yeah, but it's a band across the whole bottom, and it's a fine yarn knit at a looser gauge.
Yes, and that was hers was knit in a lace weight, but we thought, if we can get gauge with a fingering weight. And what color? You said you swatched already. What color? What are you
I
using?
did.
What are you using?
I used a skein of Dag's sugar loaf that she sent me, which is a two
Oh,
ply, very fine, light fingering.
yeah. Oh, that's pretty.
And I made two swatches, one using a
Oh,
4
yeah, you can see through it.
and one
One use.
using a 5.
Oh,
No, a 3. A 3 and a 4. I think I'm going to go with the 4. The 4 is what she calls for in the pattern. And this is, I'm not quite getting gauge. I still am getting a little bit too many stitches per inch,
when
but
you
I
stretch.
didn't like aggressively block this. So if I pick a size and it's got a lot of ease, so there's a
Hmm.
little bit of room there. If you make it, a size that goes with the pattern, it's not like it's going to be too small because there's so many inches of ease in the pattern. So I think Dag is going to dye up some yarn for me using her sugarloaf base, which is 100% merino.
Well, I decided to dye my own yarn, and I think I'm gonna. And Isabel's gonna shake her head. I won't tell her this. Maybe I think I'm gonna make it a short sleeve sweater, so I won't need so many.
I was considering that too, just because it's a very lightweight.
Yeah.
And
So
I
the
would probably just wear like a shell or a tank
yeah,
underneath it.
yeah. So I've been wanting couple of your sweaters that you've knit, Debbie, have been in this beautiful blue, and I don't know if it'll show up well, but I guess that's pretty true.
Oh, Amy, that's gorgeous.
Sort of an icy but blue, but it also has almost on the greenish side, like a
A
mint.
little like tinge of mint.
Yes.
Oh, Amy, that's so pretty. How did you get it so even and so tonal?
You know me, I wonder how I even remember. It's been so long since I dyed. And then, so I have two regular full skeins, and I dyed three mini skeins, and I couldn't help myself. I had to put a little pop of something.
Of course. Oh, Aim, that's so pretty. Purple and green, huh? Your favorite.
Yep. So there's a little couple specks of chartreuse and blue, and I think pink and purple, just a little bit in it. So I think I'm going to use these in the probably in the. I'm thinking about using them in the body. Once you're done increasing and it's just go around, I may just, do 3 rounds with this and then 3 rounds with the solid, 3 rounds with this, 3 rounds. So it has this just very lightly fading couple rounds with the speckles. You like that color?
Yes, that's really pretty. And then you could do a little bit on the edge of the sleeve too, on
Yes.
either
Yeah,
side.
good idea.
Yeah.
So I have to swatch. Those are my yarns that I dyed for the retreat.
And did you use just merino nylon?
Yes, it's just regular the same sock yarn. And Mom is such a connoisseur of yarns, and she's like, Amy, the base that you use for your socks, because she has knit with some of the leftovers that
Yeah.
you've had stuff. She says is thinner than some of the sock weight that's out there. She says I think that would be fine. So I said okay,
Yeah.
Mom,
I,
the kind of.
so another thing that I was knitting on that I didn't talk about was our soon to be, but a little bit ways out, snowflake sock design.
Yes.
Should I pop it up real fast just to
I
show
think
as a
we should do a
teaser?
teaser.
Okay, here's a teaser. And I'm working with two indie dyers to get some colors together. But this is what it's going to look like, kind of, but get ready. I'm only going to pop it up for a second.
Screenshot. Stripes.
Isn't that fun?
So this is what we've planned. So we're going to be doing the mystery knit along from October 1st.
If I can get my button gear, I just got to do it. I just got to do it.
Okay, we're going to attempt to try to get them up for the clues up through October.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to do the snowflake sock from November.
Mid-November, Thanksgiving through Christmas.
Thanksgiving. That's what I was going to say. I forgot what we decided. Thanksgiving Day cast on through Christmas Eve. Try to get it done so you're ready for Danny's Little Bobbin's Christmas Eve cast on.
Yeah.
So that's a month. At least I'm sure you'll be able to get at least one of the socks done. So we'll have the mystery knit along that Debbie's preparing for coming up. Then we'll do the snowflake sock. And then we'll be ready for Christmas Eve cast on. And I've already started designing for next Mother's Day mystery knit along.
Yay. I know.
You usually do that for Christmas, but I'm going to be on a cruise over Christmas. I don't want it to creep up on us like it did last year, but we were in Europe, so
yeah,
we have to hurry. I don't want to do that. I want to take my time. So
okay.
I'm working on that. So before we talk about anything else, we must do some administrative things.
Okay, we have a couple giveaways that are that have closed. I don't think I closed the thread because it's a holiday weekend and I didn't feel like it. But
and it feels like it anyway.
As of today,
we have a billowing shawl by Emily. She's Blue Mouse Knits.
Okay, hang on. Let me pull up random.org, right? Because that's my job.
That's your job. So the billowing shawl by Emily, Blue Mouse Knits. There was 56 entries, so 2 through 56.
Okay. 2 through 56, generate. Number 6.
Number 6. Okay.
Early bird got the worm.
Yep. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do.
Who is it?
I'm going to look right now. Billowing shawl. And I want to pull it up to show the picture of it too. Okay, number 6. That's on page 1. Number 6 is One Ladybug.
Oh.
One Ladybug.
All spelled out?
All spelled out. Her name is Anne.
Okay.
And she lives in Ontario, Canada.
Yay!
Congratulations, Anne. And I'm going to, hold on a minute. Before we leave that, I want to show what it looks like because it is such a gorgeous shawl. Billowing, Billowing.
See, you can say the word when it's with somebody else's design. I heard you say.
It's very easy, but it can't be connected to me. No, sorry. Okay. I can say the word. Okay. The blue.
Pretty soon you're going to be an old enough lady to maybe where you won't feel weird saying that because then you will be.
I will never be an old enough lady for anything if the old is before the lady part.
Ooh, yes, that is really, really pretty.
Isn't that stunning? Yes.
And it looks, that one's with two solids. That is beautiful. Yes.
Stunning, huh?
Yes.
Oh, one ladybug, congratulations.
Yay.
I'll let Emily know that you won the prize, the pattern. Okay, so let's go back to the group. And we're going to talk about the Drizzle Socks giveaway next.
Yes.
We have in the FO thread from Debbie's Drizzle Socks. We have 22, so 2 to 22.
Okay. Generate. Lucky number 13.
13. Okay. I'm writing it down just so I remember. Okay, 13 is Kathy Ann. Look at her pretty purple ones.
That's Techie Mom of Six on
It is?
Instagram. Yes.
Oh,
Yay, Kathy, you won.
congratulations. Those are pretty. I
So
love
I'm
that.
going to be sending out to her here. Let me grab the prize, at least one of the prizes for that. This is the beautiful package from Lizzie Ann Yarns, a sock set.
Oh, is she getting those?
She's getting this.
Oh,
It's
so
in the
fun.
apple blossom colorway. Isn't that beautiful?
Oh my gosh. How fitting for the fall when the apple blossoms are out.
Yes, perfect. Okay, now chatter thread. How many we have? You
So
said
now shatter thread, and there was 63.
okay.
Okay, wait.
Generate.
Well, wait a minute. Okay. It was really weird because I went down the to the top of the page, and at the top of the third page, that's Kathy's post. I'm like, wait a minute, am I in the right one? Yes. Okay. Chatter thread. Go ahead.
Okay, I did it. 63 and number 45 is the winner. Unless it's Kathy Ann, then we got to draw again.
Okay. 45 is probably on page 2. 45 is my Gracie 05.
Oh, good.
Okay, so my Gracie 05 is Marissa from Oregon.
Yay.
Congratulations, Marissa.
Hooray. Okay, so I'm going to pull
Yeah,
together.
hold on, time out. You know how it says in your Ravelry page, it says years knitting? You know what she put? Started in March 2018.
No way.
Patterned socks?
Oh, my goodness.
How crazy is that? Well, she's available for test and sample knitting too. That's how good she is.
Ooh, awesome.
All righty.
She must have been a big time crafter
So,
before she picked up knitting.
what did
What
she
was
win?
what does she win? I don't know yet. I got to pull some stuff
Oh,
from the present bag. I have
okay.
a couple more skeins of yarn over there. I have I have a mini set that I put aside last October. Well, maybe I'll send her that. I'm not sure. Not everybody does minis though. So I don't know. I'll find something good.
You can just message her. And we have the 6,000 subscriber giveaway. We're going to keep it open until I go to California, which is just a few weeks away. It's never going to get here. And if I have one spot of poison ivy on my body at that time, I'm going to spit. No, I'm going to get in the ocean because I told
Yes.
Ron to take me to the beach for a week to get rid of the poison ivy. He said, hardy har har. I said, well, that's what happened when we were kids. So
And the
anyway,
ocean here right now is really, really warm.
that, as long as it's really, really salty, I don't care if it's really, really warm. I'll do anything to get rid of the poison ivy. So
Okay.
okay, so we're gonna leave that open.
Yes.
And do you have anything else you're knitting on?
So my work's in progress. Yes, I just cranked a tube the other night for socks for Luke. Remember when Dag sent me that huge bag with all those leftover sock weight yarns, like
Yes.
commercial sock weight yarns, which is perfect for my son.
Yes.
So I cranked a tube using one of those, and look at how cool that turned out.
Is so cool. You could not knit that easier. Oh my gosh! Wow.
Isn't that
What does
neat?
that side look like?
Huh?
Cool.
Yeah, it just goes around. I think this was an opal. It was either an opal or a. It was an opal. I'm pretty sure it was an opal or a regia, one of the two.
Sign was supposed to be, or you don't know?
I have no idea. I don't know.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
then I have this. She also sent just some leftover dark blue, so I'm going to just do heels and toes and cuffs with that.
That's cool. Perfect.
So that's, kind of baseball knitting. And I also started a project last night, even though I'm supposed to be working down my whips. I
You're
couldn't
supposed to
resist.
be working on the mystery knit along that's coming up very quickly.
Yeah, but you
Ma'am.
can't do that at a baseball game when you're watching baseball.
That's true. Okay.
So you need to have some easy knitting when you're doing that.
Okay.
And the two other pairs of socks that I have on the needles, which are my Cyril socks and my what was Tracy's first sock pattern, Galliano socks. Those are both pattern socks, so it's those aren't really baseball knitting either, but those are on my whip list. So I started my
Better be careful. You're going to end up with 9 sock whips like me if you're not
That's
careful.
okay. That's okay. I started my EYF mini socks.
Oh, your scrappy sock. What do you mean minis?
Yes.
Scrappy socks, you mean?
Scrappy socks with the minis from EYF.
Yes, yes. Okay. I thought you were talking about mini socks, like you're going to make a pair of mini socks.
No.
Gotcha. Wow. Debbie and I we tried to, of course, you want to buy yarn from everybody. So we decided, listen, so we can buy our favorite, let's buy minis. And each of us got 12 or 13 minis and we sort of coordinated them together. What? Did I say something wrong?
I don't think I had that many. Oh, you mean both of us together?
No?
I think I only bought like 8 or 6. But
No,
that's
you didn't.
okay.
I thought we had each 10. Okay, maybe not.
Well,
But
anyway, it doesn't
anyway,
matter.
it was funny because I picked all like blues and
Purple.
purples and greens, and Debbie picked jewel like golds and reds and
So I tried to order them in a way that they would kind of go together. Pinkish into the dark pink with the yellow, then yellow solid, then this one has yellow and blue. It doesn't really come up very good on the screen, but it's got blue and orange in it. And
yes.
then after that one will be this blue.
Oh wow.
And then after that will be this
Every one of
gray.
them?
Huh?
Or are you using every one of them?
No, I'm not using every single one of them. One of them that I bought that was Eden Cottage that had sparkle in it, so I'm not using that. And then there was another one I got 2 from Amy Florence from Stranded
Oh,
Dye Works, and the blue is that, but I'm not using the purple.
okay.
So after that is this gray with, oh, now they're all falling on the floor. And this has, I don't know if you can see, it has like gold and some of that maroon color in it.
That looks a little bit like your Lobby NMA.
Yeah, it's not. It's the
Martin's Lab.
Martin's Lab. Yeah. And then the heels, toes, and cuffs I'm using is the Wool Barn, her MCN,
Oh, nice.
that I did my other Laguna socks in.
Hmm.
And I just started the other toe on the second sock last night so that I can kind of do them tandem.
Yeah, that's cool. Very
And you
good.
know what I'm doing with this one that I've never done before? This is my second pair of scrappy socks. The first one I made was with Dag's Beekeeper. Remember all the Beekeeper colors?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This time I'm knitting in my ends as I go, like with 2-color. You know how
Knitting.
when you do stranded, you can catch your floats?
Yes.
That's what I'm doing with the yarn. When I start the new yarn, I hold the tail and I'm catching that tail as I knit across the last half row. And then the yarn is there ready to use. You just have to snip the end, no weaving.
So you don't knit it.
You just
You have to
catch it like you're catching a float. As you knit a stitch and then you go around it, knit, go around it, knit, and you just go across.
Smart.
I
Very
think Mom told me that she learned that or she saw that on the Fruity Knitting podcast.
I thought of Andrea when you were saying that.
Hi, Andrea. I'm sure she doesn't watch us.
No, she doesn't have time in the day to
Oh my
listen to
gosh.
friends.
You know what I realized though? They must have a drone, and that's how they are able to get all those amazing views of those castles.
Oh.
She's got to have a drone, or Andrew.
She doesn't. She has a helicopter she's flying and videoing at the same time.
I got to pick up all my minis.
Huh? You're gonna pick up your minis. Okay, well, I really want to I've been knitting sweaters all year, people. And really towards the end of last year, I started on the sweater kick. So I pulled out a whip just until we get to New Mexico and start the Amory. Working on the fabulous abacus still.
Oh, I love this one, Amy. I love your colors for this one.
Yes, now remember, if you look up fabulous abacus, it's not going to look like mine because I choose not to follow a pattern. They have stripes, but I've done my stripes almost like a marled stripe, and instead of holding 2 different yarns together every other row is a different color. So, okay, so I started with one color. Then every other row, I use this first color with the second color. So then as I go through there, I drop the first color, so the second color and the third color are held together. And
And
then the third color and
it's
the
like
fourth color.
reversible too, right?
Well, it's all garter stitch. So and then you go to the fourth, and then you have drop the third color, and then you go to the fourth color and fifth color and sixth color, seventh color. Now these are actually two. I don't know if you can tell. One's a little bluer, but once I get that, so it was the light one of this one moved on to this one for the light and the lighter, and then this is almost the last section. Eventually, just a few more rows, then I'm going to have the very last section, which is going to just be one color again. So it's this huge, and you put tassels on the center point, which is right there, right under my face. And then you put a tassel on each of the ends, and it wraps around. It's really cool. This is sort of like sock, well, it's funner than sock knitting. If it was like sock knitting, I'd be knitting socks, right?
Because it's
But
just straight knitting
it's
back and forth, right?
back and forth, and it's very easy to see and tell when it's time to do your increase or your decrease round or your little eyelets that are in there. So go check it out. And let me show you. I've got it here. Let me show you what actually the picture is going to look like if you look it up.
That's pretty.
Let me see a better picture. And who it is by, we're very, Webster Street Knittery, Jennifer Peck.
Oh, cute. That's a great stash buster. How much yards,
Oh, yeah.
how much weight does it use of each color? I mean, almost you could use your sock leftovers, right? If you have a half a
Oh,
ball or
oh, yeah, absolutely.
30 grams or something like that.
Let me go to the first page. There's the fabulous abacus.
Look at your writing all over the front of it.
I was
like, what is,
Mom would be
are
very
those
upset.
numbers?
Mom would be very upset. You're supposed to take a copy of your pattern so you can scribble all over it, then you have a fresh copy. Well, what Mom doesn't understand is I'm not going to knit it again, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, so this one uses three colors. So you do A and B, B and B, A, and then A and B, then B, then B and C, and C. Oh, and it just says 220 yards of A and B, and C approximately 300 yards. So a total of 2, 4, 700, 800 yards.
So it's basically 2 skeins worth, but if you had a couple quarter skeins or half skeins.
You can do just scrappy minis. This is it's perfect. So that is living in one of my favorite Debbie bags.
You know what else you could use? You could use like your leftover Christmas Advent minis.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, any of that.
Yeah.
You could use a one whole base or 1.5 whole bases, and then you can stripe them with every 2 rows. Stripe them with minis and all the way down. That'd be cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that would be, because you'd have that base color that was kind of the theme all the way through, and then you could kind of marl.
Yes.
Okay, my last work in progress that's not a cemetery whip, which we don't even talk about those.
Well, it is Halloween coming up. I think we should get out some cemetery whips.
No. They're in the cemetery on purpose. They're going to get frogged, I think.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Are you going to have that done for New Mexico? Oh, how does it fit? How does it fit?
It fits great. I made this a lot longer than the pattern calls for, a couple inches. So I only have one skein. I don't know. I only have one skein left for the sleeves, but it is drop shoulder.
Maybe do 3/4. Well,
I think I'm probably going to unravel some of this. I think I might need to, because it is really long. I think it's too long. So I should pop it on. Let me see if I can pop it on over top.
Hue Loco tweed base, right?
Yes, it's the Hue Loco tweed base in the chartreuse colorway, I think.
We got that at Rhinebeck when we met in the driveway. Nicole got all of her skates in buckets
I
after.
actually bought this at India Untangled. I was able to
Oh,
get to the
Indiana
front of the
time. Okay,
line.
that's where I thought you bought it in the driveway. Oh, it looks really good, Deb.
So it's not blocked yet. It's got the split hem,
Oh, it looks pretty.
and it's gonna, block out to be
A little bit,
really boxy. I mean,
but even
it's,
if it doesn't, it looks good.
and then see how much extra room I have on this. I probably could take an inch or two off
Yeah,
because I'm gonna block this out so it's not tight, and it stands up really high. So I think if I, take that much off,
yeah, yep. I think so.
and then the sleeves come down pretty far. So it's not like you have to do a full sleeve either. You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
mean, I'm almost to the elbow,
right.
and there's lace. There's lace on the sleeves. It
That
does
same.
call for the long sleeves with the thumb hole, so I probably
Oh,
won't do that.
yeah,
But
yeah. You must have been just going on that neck, thinking you were just had to go to Alaska with it.
that was in our at the Melbourne retreat when I was knitting on the neck.
Oh, oh.
At 2:30 in the morning, we were hanging out talking.
With Danny and
Danny and
Tracy.
Tracy, we were telling stories.
Oh,
That was fun.
daddy babies.
What?
Tracy,
Daddy
Tracy.
babies.
I'm just gonna say daddy baby. We're not gonna say anymore.
I could tell that story because that made me laugh.
No, we don't need to tell that story.
Okay, I
That's
won't.
okay. We're gonna move right along.
Okay.
Okay, have you got any acquisitions? Skeins in the closet?
Yes, I have a couple skeins in the closet of the very best kind. And I'm
Are all
not
in the closet the best kind?
I'm not sure. I mean, this was kind of an impulse buy, but I knew because I had purchased from her before. I knew what I was getting and the quality of what I was getting.
Did it change your life?
Ugh, it changed my life. No, it hasn't changed my life.
Life.
But when you see these, you will understand. And I almost think that they need to go together. Like I almost think pieces of them need to be color work because the four colors go so well together. But I don't have any projects in mind. You ready?
Whenever I'm tempted to eat like something really decadent, I say, is that going to change your life? And the answer is always no, so I don't. Wow. How many times have you purchased toolbar? Oh, you just bought 5 skeins each time, right?
I bought, I think I bought one, two, three skeins the first time and a bunch of minis, and then 4 skeins this time. But look at those colors. This is the color that Helen's B something sock
Yes.
that she knit that in. Here, let me open these up. Sorry for the crinkling. Not really sorry, but I'm going to say sorry.
Golden ochre is the color was, I don't know if it is this year, but was the hot color last year.
It's called Pecan. And this is in her
pecan in the south. Pecan, not pecan.
Pecan. And this is all of these are her cashmere sock, which is luscious. That's what I knit my first Laguna socks out of. This gray, and it's plump and so soft, and it actually feels like it's plenty sturdy for socks.
Did you do color work with the 4 skeins?
Well, pecan. Then we have Belle Epic. Then we have Harbor Sky. And then we have Lake.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It reminds me of like a Birkin sweater.
Birkin sweater.
Boylan Knitworks with the
Uh,
flowers,
mm-hmm.
the blue, the gold, and the pink. I don't know. I just know that I had a thing for solids and tonals. And when you find a really nice sock pattern that has some good texture on it, you really need a good solid yarn.
All the more reason to buy things from other countries, which cost you an arm and a leg, but is so worth it. Because it has changed your life, hasn't it?
It has. Maya's yarns are gorgeous, and so I'm not upset that I bought those. I will use them. They will sit in my stash probably for a while because they're just beautiful.
I bought, somebody was having a Stash Buster sale. You know, um, Kai Munchkin Lisa, she was selling some stuff. And it was so funny because I got it and I thought, well, there's no ball band, but it doesn't matter because I know probably it feels a lot like my base. And it didn't, I didn't know the name, but look at this.
Ooh,
I
that's
just really loved it. It was this pretty yellow, buttery,
yeah.
yummy. Not that I
What's
need
it going to
any.
be?
I have no idea. I saw it and I thought, ooh, can I have that one? And she says, well, no, you can't have it. You can pay me for it. No, she didn't say, but she was stash busting. So I bought it from her.
Nice.
So now I can't wait to open this next thing. I've been keeping it wrapped up, but I know I'm going to have to open it. This is one of the prizes that Nanette sent us for our 6,000 subscriber giveaway. And look
Ooh.
how it comes. It was just
Oh my goodness.
it's just beautiful, and I didn't want to open it up, but
It
I'm
looks
going
like she
anyway.
gave that to us. That is a
She gave
huge.
this. She donated this for the 6,000 subscriber giveaway.
Oh my
Nanette
word.
Studio.
Say
I
it
don't want
again.
Nanette Wake Studio.
Nanette, that's beautiful. And I haven't even seen it yet.
It's you haven't seen it. It's just a purple thing. Oh my god! Wait till you see it.
Oh, wow. Look at that. It's pink and blue.
Yes, and it's
Mint.
oh my god! It is gorgeous.
It's huge.
It is huge, and it's almost the same color. It is the same color as the yarn I just dyed. It has a pocket on the inside.
Oh, wow. Look at how pretty. Oh, Nanette, that's beautiful.
Look at that.
What a treasure. Oh, my goodness. That's
So
like at least that's a sweater bag. You could put a sweater in there.
yeah, it is. I couldn't wait to. I said I got to open it on the podcast, but when are we going to podcast? I want to look at it now. Isn't that absolutely fabulous?
Oh, my gosh. It's beautiful.
Woven bag. So this is going to be one of the giveaways for the 6,000 subscriber. I cannot wait to put our little packages together.
I know. We're going to go shopping in my stash.
Let's go shopping in your stash, and I'm going to also bring some things from my stash too, so we can. I had another. Melissa also. Melissa donated some stitch markers and stuff for the cause.
That's nice.
So exciting! Thank you, Nanette. I'm so proud. Now this can go into my go to California bag of things that I've got because we'll pull it from our podcast that we're going to do there and send it out from there. Does that sound good?
Yeah. Sounds perfect.
All right. So what else you got cooking?
That's it. I got my stripy socks. I got my sweater. I've got the cranked tube. And that's all really I got on my needles right now. And then our mystery knit along that I got. I'm going to spend some time today or tomorrow working on the pattern part. I have about 80% of the main pattern done. I have to make some tweaks to it. I don't know, this morning when I woke up, I was starting to have like fears that nobody would really want to do it. And
Okay, so mom says, what's the worst thing that can happen? One person buys the pattern and we can have a very fun mystery knit along with one person. Can we not? Because then they'll be the ones that win the prize.
Yes.
So it's really not the worst thing that can happen. It's
I
not
know.
like
I'm second guessing the gauge because I'm thinking maybe it's going to be too intimidating if we do a fingering color work mitten, and maybe we should do something that's like a DK or a worsted weight mitten that will go a little faster.
well, how many people have worsted and is I mean it'll be plenty warm. Most people have fingering weight. Okay, so very good question. So as everybody knows now, the mystery knit along is a mitten.
Yes.
Put in the comments below if you would rather do and don't say put both kinds of patterns up for both kinds. That's too much to ask Debbie right now. So would you like to do a fingering weight? And when you do color work, of course, you have floats underneath, so it'll be plenty warm. It's not
Yeah.
like you're going. I mean, people in Alaska are not wearing their nice mittens out when they are shoveling. Do you want to do fingering weight, or would you rather do DK? Let us know, because I know
Okay.
you.
All right. That would be good.
Okay, so I guess the next time let's talk about future, because I wish it would get here, as much as I don't want the time to go by, but I do. So I am going to be flying in September 22nd.
Yes. Saturday.
Saturday, we'll have a sleepover at mom and dad's, and we'll do a podcast at her house, their house, mom and dad's house. Then you go to work for a couple days, and I get to hang with mom and dad. I don't think I'm going to do water aerobics, although I may get roped into that. You never know. And then on Wednesday, well, Tuesday night we'll spend at your house, and then Wednesday we're going to fly to New Mexico
Yes.
for the Knitting New Mexico retreat. And if we podcast in California, that will be Skein 49. And I thought we could do a little podcast video with Isabel Kramer for our 50th. Do you think she'll do shots with us?
Alcoholic shots? I don't know, maybe.
Not sharp needle shots. Those aren't any fun. I'm sure Dag's got something in her cupboards to celebrate 50.
Yes, I'm sure we'll have some time to get a
Little candle
little
or a
snippets.
blower.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll figure it out. We're
Maybe
not going to
next.
corner her and make her feel bad if she doesn't do it, but I'm sure she would. At the very least, we will have some pictures with us with her for the podcast.
That sounds good.
Okay.
We've got to have her say something. We just can't have. What if we bribe her with something? What does she like? How can you not? How can you say no? How could? All right, wait a minute. Time out. I may put my foot in my mouth. She might say no, and now I'm saying 3 weeks before. How could somebody say no?
Well, yes, we don't know her. We don't know. She may not feel comfortable being on a video podcast. She may prefer. She may be very shy. I don't know. I don't know her. But we have to respect her wishes, right? We're going to be kind to Isabel Kramer.
Time we'll ever see her. We can't respect her wishes. We must make her do something she doesn't want to. I wouldn't do that. If she said no, really, I don't want to, I would say okay.
And then you'd start to cry.
But I really came all this way. It's okay. It's okay. I can twist anybody's arm into doing what I need him to do. No, I really can't. If I did, and if I could, I probably would have a less stressful job.
Yeah. But we're gonna be kind because we know we can't be quiet. That's not possible.
Yeah, there's no possibility we can be quiet. There's no way. That's becoming more and more challenging to me. For me. Yeah. So I'd just rather just be kind because it's much easier than being quiet. Yes. Okay, so tell us really quick, life is short, little story about what happened yesterday in Luke's world.
So the big thing that happened. So this is so exciting because even though if nothing comes out of it, just the fact that it happened was such an honor and so exciting. So in college sports, I don't know if you guys know anything about this kind of thing, but I guess the whole recruiting and scouting process, there's very strict rules about how and when you can contact players that are in high school for college, trying to get them to come to your school. And I guess September 1st is the big day when college recruiters and scouts can contact, just cold call people. Well, Luke
For
got
that, for that, the kids would have to call them, and what kid is going to do that,
right,
right?
right.
Okay.
There are some smaller schools that aren't Division 1, which is the highest level. They can get word back to the coach that they would like to talk to you, and so
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can you can talk to coaches, but they can't officially contact you until September
Right.
1st. And we
No
did.
soliciting before September 1st.
Right,
No soliciting. Right.
right. And when Luke went to Arizona this summer with his team, his travel team, we did find out that this college was interested in him because they called his high school coach and they asked about him. And I
Wow.
guess they saw him at one of the showcases after the end of the year last year. So yesterday he got a call. He didn't answer the phone at first because he didn't recognize the number, and the guy had to leave a message. But then he called him right back a few minutes later from Loyola Marymount, I think it's called, in LA. It's a private Division 1 school. It's like $50,000 a year to go to this school. So that's why the likelihood of him going is probably pretty slim. I don't know how
Yep.
much money they give.
Scholarship.
Right. They can give sports scholarships and they can also give academic money. And when it's a private school, they have a lot more leeway to decide how much they're going to give each of the kids. But it was really, really an honor to get a call on September 1st, the very first day you can contact these, the kids, to get one from such a good school.
It's like draft day.
Yes.
Who's going to be drafted?
Yeah.
So he can call from anybody throughout the night. I mean, he's a junior, right?
Yeah.
So he has all this year and then all next year for people to try to persuade him and
Right.
bribe him.
And a lot of times kids, they commit to a school really early. I mean, some kids commit, and these schools give these scholarships, partial scholarships, based on your potential, based on what they've seen so far and what they think you'll be doing in 2 or 3 or 4 years. Well, he
Wow.
hasn't had anybody give him an offer to where they want him to commit yet, but we know that Cal State San Marcos really wants him to go there, and they're pretty local too. They're between, they're kind of east of mom and dad, just a little south and east of mom and dad, or northeast of mom and dad, I think. Anyway, doesn't matter. But they're a Division 2 school,
Ah.
so they're one step down.
Does he have a thought? Any thoughts about that?
About what?
About any of it?
Oh yeah, he's got lots of thoughts. It's his dream to play for a Division 1 school, but he doesn't want to go and then sit on the bench for 2 or 3 years. He wants to go and he wants to play. And there's, depending on how the other players are and how good you are in comparison, there's no guarantee that you're going to play. But if you
Well,
play
Luke,
for, if you get, if you,
they
what?
don't know that Luke is the best player. We know that. Come on,
Well,
people.
he plays very competitive, and he's right up there with some of the other kids that have already committed to Division 1 schools. So it's just because he hasn't had a lot of exposure because he hasn't done a ton of traveling. This past summer was the first time we let him travel to other places. But you spend a lot of money sending your kid all around God's green earth to see coaches from Kentucky or wherever, and he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to leave California. He wants to stay on the West Coast. He wants to be close to the beach. Loyola is LMU, it's called. It's just north of LAX airport,
Mm-hmm.
right by Santa Monica, and it's really close
Wow.
to the beach. So next Saturday, we got on their website, and they're actually doing a camp, a 1-day camp at LMU next Saturday.
Wow.
So we're going to sign him up. We're going to go up there. He's going to do the camp, meet the coaches, and then we'll take a tour of the school,
Wow.
and it'll be fun. Who knows what
What,
happens, but it was so exciting.
what's his batting average for people to know what just kind of where he is?
Um, I
Did he
don't.
do better than his brother? What the last year they played? Last year James played. Luke, the younger brother, surpassed James's scores. How didn't he?
Yeah, at the end of the season, at the end of the regular season, I think Luke's batting average was just above James's. But then after the postseason, James was just above Luke. So they were
Wow.
like neck, and they were number one for the team. They were,
Both of them.
both of them at the top. Last season, Luke had the highest batting average, I
Which was
think, not just at his school, but I think in the whole entire league. of schools that play in that league. So it's pretty exciting.
What was
But
it?
the kid works so hard. It was in the upper threes, I think. For
So
part of the season, he was
more than a, so more than a third of the time that he gets up, he gets a hit.
yeah. And last year he actually started hitting doubles and triples, which was cool. So he's getting
That
bigger and stronger.
average, does that increase your batting average too, or is that
No,
a different?
that I think is the slugging percentage somehow, or they weigh in the number of bases or something. I don't know all the statistics and how they work, but batting average is the main one that they go by. So yeah, it's fun. It's very exciting.
All right. Well, I guess the next time we'll see everybody is when we're together. No split screen.
No.
That'll be fun, and we can do a real high five.
Yeah.
And we'll be at mom and dad's place, so maybe we'll take a little tour of the gardens,
Yes. And the waterfall.
waterfall, so people can see the luxurious resort where my parents live. Our parents live.
Yeah.
So if you can't be kind this next few weeks, then you
Just
must.
be quiet. Happy knitting.
Happy knitting.
Love you guys. Thanks for watching.
Love you. Mwah.
Bye.
Bye.